So Dorcas, hey loves, welcome to my channel. I am Chantal Girardi, and if you're new to my channel, thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're an old subscriber, thank you so much for watching this video. Disclaimer before I even start anything, guys. Our chickens are doing the most today. Our roadrunners, they've been crowing all day. I hope it's called crowing. It's called crows. Yeah, they've been doing that thing all day and they're making noise. So if you can hear that, please just disregard Mother Nature as she shows off. So today we're going to talk about Dorcas. Dorcas was a Jewess or Hellenist who stayed among the Greek people, spoke Greek, and then she turned into a Christian. She became a believer, thank God. And she lived in a beautiful city called Joppa, which was by the seaside. So there were a lot of activities that would happen in the sea, sailors, fishermen, all of that good stuff. So Dorcas was such a beautiful soul that she would feel other people's pain. I'll explain that by saying as people work in the sea, there's a lot of danger. So a lot of people, a lot of husbands or men that would go would not come back, or they would die, or they would become disabled. So this would leave a lot of widows and a lot of orphans in Joppa city. So what Dorcas used to do was she would weave beautiful cloths and clothing with her hands for all the widows and all the disabled people and all the children that were affected by their fathers or whoever going out to sea. This was such a beautiful thing, but she wasn't obliged to, but she took somebody else's pain and did what she could with her hands to help people. These are good works. So what I love the most about Dorcas is the fact that she did something that seemed so small, but it impacted a lot of people. This you will see when you read Acts 9, when she actually died. And a lot of people were really distraught because they were like, oh, this woman was such a beautiful person. She had a kind heart. She used to help us a lot, and now she is no more. So they sent for Peter, and Peter was told to hurry. Dorcas has died, and Peter, when he came in to the room, he saw all these people who were crying and who were very sad, but they were wearing the garments, and they were telling him that we're wearing the garments that Dorcas made for us. We're so sad that she is gone. And he told them to leave the room, and then he prayed and he told her to get up. He said, Tabitha, rise. And she rose again, and people were so happy. I love this story because we can just say, oh, she was making clothes, that's cute. But when she was no longer there, a lot of people were impacted, a lot of people were affected, because what seemed like such a small thing was such a beautiful thing that she was doing, was such an impactful thing that she was doing. And what we can learn from Dorcas is to use our hands to bring glory to God, to use our hands to be kind to other people. You know, at times we feel like, oh, our talents are too small, or oh, this is so tiny, like the contribution I'm making isn't that much. But even if you impact one life or two lives, you don't know the ripple effect that is going to have. That person is going to be so heartwarmed and so touched that they will pay it forward. So I just want to encourage you guys to be like Dorcas. No matter how small you think that your talent is, no matter how small you think your gifts are, no matter how undeveloped or how unready you think your gifts are, use them to be kind to other people. Use them to bring happiness, to bring joy to other people's lives. So I will stop off with something I wrote down because I really wanted to put it in words. I think I'm going to do this for every series. I'm going to write down something that I really don't want to mess up when I'm just memorizing it. But yeah, I wrote that because of Dorcas's love for God, her kindness and compassion for others prompted her to do good works for the Lord. Something that may seem so small, like sewing a blanket for a widow or an elderly person, she did it with so much love for God's glory. Sometimes we feel our talents or passions are not grand enough, or they are too simple to impact anyone. But those widows wept when Dorcas died and beseeched Peter to come to her. They had been affected by her meaningful service. What you have is enough. Use it for good, use it for love. Each and every small contribution builds up to become great works that glorify God. You are enough, your efforts are appreciated. So never stop your good works, even if they impact one or two people. Heaven rejoices. Be glad in your contribution. If you feel like you can do more, then do more. You can always read about Dorcas in Acts 9, verse 36. And continue being kind, continue motivating and inspiring people, even if your sphere of influence seems small. Dorcas made women feel loved and cared for by such simple things like weaving blankets for them. Such a simple act of kindness, but had great impact. Don't ever feel like your efforts are too small. They matter, they are important, and do them with gladness because heaven rejoices. And a fun fact, Dorcas, now called Tabitha, was the only woman in the Bible to have been called a disciple. Isn't that amazing? Her acts of kindness seemed so small, so minute. It's a blanket, it's a jersey. That's how small they are. But to God, they were of an amazing scale. They were great and they were wonderful, and that's why she was God's disciple. So I hope you guys learned something from Tabitha's story, and I hope that you guys continue to do your good works. I hope you guys continue to just impact the world, being kind, being loving, being considerate. It may seem small, but you don't know how it impacts a person. And with that, my loves, I say be kind to one another, love one another, love and light. Until the next video.